to Philly for the NFC Championship game after one of the best finishes in NFL history. Minnesota's walk-off touchdown came as a result of a missed tackle by Saints rookie safety Marcus Williams. Yesterday, Williams tweeted, "I appreciate my friends, real fans, family, and team for everything they have done for me this season. All the support is highly appreciated. No, the season didn't end as planned, but one thing is for sure, I won't let one play define the type of man or player that I am or will be." Shannon, will this play define Marcus Williams' career?
Skip, I'm going to be 1,000% honest. Unless he goes on to have a Hall of Fame career, unless he turns into Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu, this is going to be it. Skip, Jim Marshall played 20 years for the Purple People.
That's a good point.
20 years. Started every single game in Minnesota when they played outside.
He did.
When they played Green Bay, it was outside. When they played the Bears, it was outside. He played 20 years.
Yep.
Alan Page is one of the two men that was a defensive player that won the MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame. Carl Eller, also on that D-line, is in the Hall of Fame. Jim Marshall has come up several times for the Hall of Fame. 20 years. Went to the Pro Bowl. What is Jim Marshall known for, Skip Bayless? Running the wrong way with the football. He gave the opposing team a safety. Leon Lett. Skip, Leon Lett was a pretty good football player, wasn't he?
He was extraordinary. Now, he didn't maximize his potential, but go ahead.
They call him the Big Cat.
Oh, he was the big cat.
2 plays. The Thanksgiving Day.
It was horrendous.
In the Super Bowl.
The Thanksgiving was worse because it lost the game to your Miami Dolphins.
And the Super Bowl.
In the snow.
Because you know why, Skip? Because when you go back and they show Thanksgiving Day games, they show that.
Yeah. These are like ultimate bloopers.
Yes. So unless Billy Buckner, they make it seem like Billy Buckner wasn't a good player. Billy Buckner was a pretty good player. Skip, this moment, because sports are about moments. Nobody will remember that interception that he had to get him back into, and then I think they ended up taking the lead on this interception.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. Because guess what? When people are like, hey, man, Marcus Williams, who? Man, you know the dude that missed the tackle when Minnesota got that walk-off? That's how it will be described. That's just the way it is. Sports are about moments, and they'll never, ever forget this moment. So I can assure you, if Russell Wilson had not won a Super Bowl, Skip, what would be his moment? That interception that cost him the Super Bowl. Had Magic Johnson not won titles, he dribbled out the clock.
He did.
And he missed important free throws. So you have to have, this is on your resume. It's at the top. How far do you push it down? Chris Webber was the first pick in the draft. He was Rookie of the Year. Chris Webber was a hell of an NBA player. He could potentially go to the Hall of Fame. He ain't getting past that timeout, calling that timeout they didn't have. Because it's a moment that everybody will remember. And that's what sports are. You remember the moment when Jordan hit that shot, Skip, and he paused with it. You remember.
It's the only picture I have. I don't collect anything, but I got that picture.
It's a moment. And that's the moment everyone will remember. Unless you got to become a hell of a football player and push this way down on your resume.
I agree.
Because right now, it's at the top of the list. I hate to be so brutally honest, but that's what it is.
I wish I could disagree with what you just said, but I can't. But I hope you're wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. And I hope this kid, who by all accounts is a good kid, who had a very good rookie year, playing the second hardest position in pro football to play as a rookie. Outside a quarterback, it's safety. It's hard, man. A lot is coming at you fast from all sides, and you are the last line of defense. You have to make split-second decisions that can cost touchdowns. Not first downs, touchdowns.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So talk me through this, because I can't get the play out of my head. I'm thinking about it all last night. I've watched it, it feels like 1,000 times, and I still, to this moment, cannot figure out what possessed him. I just don't.
To do that.
Yeah, to do that. I don't even get it, because if you're trying to avoid pass interference, then you're going to be standing and you're going to be like this, right? Like, oh, I'm hands off. I don't want to hit him early, right?
Skip. That's what happened in the AFC Championship game against the Raiders. Marcus Pope pulled his hands back because he didn't want to get the pass interference because the play before on second down, I went to the official back judge. I said, he grabbed me. He heard it. And he says, okay, I'll pay attention for it. So third down, he is there. He pulls his hands back.
You're gone.
I'm gone.
For
96 yards.
96 yards.
So here's the thing. He hesitated, Skip. I'm saying, if you make the tackle, Skip, and the guy gets out of bounds, there's nothing you can do.
Okay, but it was so bad.
Yes.
And trust me, I'm not suggesting this happened, but it was so bad, it looked like he was literally taking a dive like you would in a fight, in a boxing match, where somebody was paid off to take a dive.
Right.
They just go down and you say, that's absurd.
Right.
He just flopped, you know, he just gave. Well, this looked like he was taking a dive. He's not taking a dive.
Right.
He just brain locked so badly, he went blind on the football field and just dived at nowhere.
Right.
At nowhere?
Yes.
And completely, he didn't just whiff barely. He whiffed sideways.
If the guy fakes him out, Skip, you can probably look like, oh, man, he got juked.
Okay.
But not this.
But it's as much a mental blunder as a physical. And then the double jeopardy was he took out his own man. Whatever last hope, last hurrah you had to chase down Stephon Diggs with Crawley, he knocked his legs out from under him. It's incomprehensible. It's inexplicable, at least on Bill Buckner. Mookie Blaylock, this is Game 6, 1986 World Series, hits a cue shot right off the very tip end of the bat.
Right.
So the ball's spinning crazy sideways, and it's a tricky roller.
Right.
And he just didn't get his glove down, and it goes under his glove. Okay, again, it's an all-time blunder. He became the face of choking.
Right.
You know, like, so you think, Bill Buckner. Now, Bill Buckner, who I covered when he was a Los Angeles Dodger back in the 70s, and I did an interview with him on ESPN about 10-ish years ago. He never got over it, man.
No.
He's still bitter about it, and I can't blame him because the world sort of condemned him as the face of choking.
And they won't let him get over it. It's just like that blown call, Durker.
Yeah.
That official. He never got over that, Skip.
Nope.
Because you got it in replay, and the guy has the ball in his hand. It's just like Joe Joyce, Galarraga, that perfect game.
Jim Joyce. Yeah.
Skip. That's what he did a lot of World Series games.
But he just blew it.
He blew
said
it.
after I blew it.
He
blew
said,
the call.
I cost this kid a perfect game.
Okay. Now back to Chris Webber. Okay, so it's chaos, and he's just a kid, and he puts the ball under his arm, and he looks to the bench, and you can see they did a documentary on this. There's one guy down the bench who's holding up his hands like one of his teammates.
Yes.
So can you give him a little bit of an excuse? I guess a little bit, but he's known for it, and he will always be known for it. But at least he had a pretty good career.
Right.
Pretty good.
And I guess you're looking at it, he's a college player.
Yeah, he's a college player.
But Chris Wood, now they would really look down upon him had he been an NFL player.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying about Marcus Witt. Because look at it, Skip. All he did was basically what the Georgia kid did. The Georgia kid is cover two. He's supposed to be wide, but you said he's a college kid. Yeah. And he just did the same thing. This guy, and you said, well, he's only 1 year different. The guy's, this guy got 50 starts. He got 17 NFL starts. But they said pro college. Skip, he needs to have a Hall of Fame caliber career.
Yep.
Because right now, this is at the tip top of his resume. His name and then this play.
Yep. And yet, I do sense a groundswell of support for him, some backlash of sympathy.
Right.
I know in New Orleans there's signs and
There's a billboard.
There's a billboard, and I feel for him. You feel for him,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man.
I mean, I don't think we're condemning him. But
Skip, I don't know how I would have handled had I dropped 3rd and 6 in Pittsburgh and they go on and win that ball game because I had the first down in my hands. I don't know how I would have handled that.
if it lost the game,
yes,
then you just missed. It was a physical error where you just dropped the ball.
Right.
We've seen players miss free throws that cost games.
Scott Norwood.
You know,
he was never the same after that field goal.
Never the same, but he just physically hooked the kid.
Yes.
When it hooked, I think it was hooked left. So the point is that this was more mental than physical, and it's inexplicably mental because he's not that kind of player.
No.
He didn't demonstrate erratic
Played well all
decision
year.
making. He's really good.
Played well all year, and that's what the Saints needed. Rankins is but a good player. He was the first round pick the year before. Lattimore looked like he's going to be the real deal.
Stud.
So that's the way you have to build. They found Michael Thomas, which made Brandon Cooks expendable. But that's what you have to do, Skip. If you're going to play that kind of money for your quarterback, you better hit it big on the defensive side through the draft. But I'm sorry, Skip. But the thing is, How you remember you and how people remember you are two different things.
Yep.
You said you're not going to let that play define you, but how people perceive you, how people will remember is something you have to change. You have to give them something to say, you know what? Yeah, he made that play, but he made up for it. You see that play he made in the Super Bowl? You see that play he made to get us to the Super Bowl?
Well, he is a rookie, so hopefully we'll have time to change that narrative. But like you always say, sports is a short menu.
Yeah.
If you're a player, you have to have a short memory.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Unless you're Shannon and you dwell on the Jags loss for your entire life.
Yeah, I ain't getting over that.
You never got over it.
No,
It defines your career.
No, I'm not
It defines you on Undisputed.
No, if I had one Super Bowl, Skip, I might have done something to somebody. I need some Super. Skip, I had to get that off my resume.
Mark Brunell?
Yeah.
Mark Brunell?
With Keenan McCardle and Jimmy Smith. Oh. Natron means. Make me sick.
Is it panic time for the Cavs after another loss? We'll discuss that with Chris Broussard next.